pick in the 2003 NBA Draft.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Today's video will be examining ProPlay and discussing how it could potentially be expanded in NBA 2K25. We'll be using LeBron James and his ProPlay animations as he's been in the last 20 years of 2K video games, and he's one of the rare players that has a full ProPlay animation set. So we'll be looking at his baseline fade, which was shown in the intro, his side steps, and at the end, a comparison to how he plays in NBA 2K24 versus 2K15 and 2K19. So let's get right into the baseline fade. The baseline fade is pretty simple to trigger. This can only be done driving to the left, and you have to be near the basket. LeBron's back has to face the rim. If his back isn't facing the rim, he'll trigger his normal fade. So I want to give you guys a better cue because I know all of this is pretty confusing, and that is to simply look at LeBron's jersey number. If you are looking at the jersey number, you can kind of see what type of stance that he's in. So as you are seeing right now, his jersey number is going to be in line with the Lakers logo, and that is going to help you activate the shot. So you'll know what the proper stance looks like. Here is a comparison with being in the proper stance to trigger the shot on the left versus the right that will give you the fade. This animation can be tough to do consistently with just the left stick, but I have a solution for you. Simply add LeBron's moving left hand hezi. This will not only give him a speed burst, but also increase the window to where LeBron's back is turned, which will make triggering the shot much easier. One quick thing I want to add is make sure that you're using or trying to go for the shot after the hesitation or as the hesitation ends, because if you mistime this, you can do a dunk or a layup instead, and that can drag you to the defense, and that's not what you want. The added benefit of using the hezi with this is it's a perfect move to use in a pick and roll, as well as it's a move you can use in transition to trigger the shot. So it's just simply a great setup for this baseline fade. And this is where I really believe in NBA 2K25, even though I have not played the game yet, is that you have to start blending your animations together, because there's going to be an expansion of ProPlay animations most likely. So that means we're going to have more options. And if you are good at blending your animations together, that means you're going to have a bigger bag, because these animations work together. They're not animations that you really have to just do individually. They work together, as you see right here in this online clip that I'm about to break down. All right, so when we look at this play, this is going to be a combination of things I've always taught throughout my years on 2K since 2K15, and that is reading, reacting, and animation blending. So I'm going to use the hesitation to sell the drive towards the rim, and instead I'm going to use the hesitation run out to blend with the baseline fade. He's not really prepared for that shot, but you see that I have the separation because I know what I'm doing. I have full control over my player. If you really want a comprehensive breakdown on reading, reacting, and just animation blending for NBA 2K25, let me know in the comment section below. Now we're going to be looking at LeBron's side steps. Now his side steps are pretty simple to do. The top left corner is going to show the controller, but I want to talk about how he uses the side steps, because I already know a lot of players are going to say these animations are just too slow, and I'm going to again just show you how they're supposed to be used in the right situation and how you can maximize potential of these animations. LeBron's side steps is mainly used when you have a defender backing off of him and they think he's about to drive. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm talking a lot about using moves in a proper context or in the right situations, and this is one of those situations. He likes to use the side steps in these ISOs situations when the defender is backed off. This is definitely his go-to shot when he just simply has to create space, because he does have a pretty slow jumper. While his moving step back can be used in the pick and roll to stun bigs who are in drop, so he can shoot an easy midi. LeBron also has a pound dribble shot where it's activated by pressing square. This is a great move to use when the defender is backed off and he's not prepared for a shot, or if a defender is jumping a screen too early and you need to square yourself up back to the rim and shoot an open three. The pound dribble jumper is definitely a move you have to blend well for it to work. It can be used after a hard stop, or like I said previously, in the pick and roll, but it can also work out of a breakdown. Now I want to add this. A lot of players out there who have invested a lot into the shooting badges, they have a hard time activating guard up, dead eye, and blinders. Not necessarily dead eye for the most part, but at least blinders and guard up. A lot of people feel like these badges are useless, but they're not using the animations that will activate these badges. So these have all been pretty basic situations, so that's why I've only used offline footage. But as you see right here with MPJ, this is again I'm talking about backing off of LeBron and then reading that and then going to your shot. So I wanted to show you that I apply this same method online with me using LeBron and going into the shot off of this Celtic user. He's playing me way off, and that's it. That's cash. So let's look at this in slow motion, because this shot is just simply going to always be there with LeBron. And as you see right here, I'm bringing the basketball up with him, and then I'm gonna go into my breakdown. This is the hezzy breakdown, where it's really difficult to see what I'm trying to do with the basketball, and that's why it blends so well with the pound dribble jumper. All right, so now that's all of LeBron's pro play jumpers. Let's actually show off some combos that you could do with LeBron James. And we want to start off by looking at his breakdowns. He has two breakdowns like everybody else. He has one that is more hesitation based, and he has one that is more skipping and hopping, and that is his aggressive breakdown. Me personally, I like to use his aggressive breakdown when I'm trying to create a lot of separation or go into the side steps. But what we're going to do is we're going to use a part of that aggressive breakdown, and then we're going to go into his moving step back, and we're going to see what that looks like right here. So one of the criticisms I hear a lot about pro play is that a lot of these animations are too slow, but a lot of people don't know how to speed up animations. And one of the best ways to speed up animations is blending. So as you see right here, we're going to go into the step back because LeBron James is changing his pace when he does his hop jumper. And this is, again, not something the game will tell you what to do, but this is something that as you lab, you pick up on these things like that. And so when you combine animations, you are able to expand people's bags and are giving them the ability to do more than just dunk or just rim run. So LeBron's breakdowns, yes, they can get him to the rim, but I believe they're also meant to set up these shots. So here's another example of him setting up his sidestep with his breakdown. These animations blend perfectly. You don't really have to fight the game to do any of these animations as well. So as you see right here with this clip with DeMar DeRozan, once you go into your breakdown, you want to read the defense. If they back off, you have now more than enough separation to be able to rise up and shoot. Again, a lot of badges will activate for you guys, so you don't have to be afraid of shooting a somewhat contested shot. So that is basically what we can do with ProPlay. Let's actually talk about what ProPlay is by looking at how video games are developed. So 2K, and like all other video games, they're usually created through motion capture. This is not a technology that was always around. A lot of times they had to hand draw a lot of the animations in the game or take photos. I believe like they did in Mortal Kombat back in the day. But issue motion capture created for sports games was it wasn't necessarily authentic unless a specific athlete came in to do his signature animations. But another problem was it was impossible to simulate game speed for those athletes. So even if they could perfectly replicate their exact body movement, it would still be off due to the athlete basically moving at a much slower pace because he's not in a real in-game environment. And I know. Some of y'all are already saying like, Jers, I already know this, but not everybody. Matter of fact, most 2K players do not understand what pro play is. So if you think I'm lying, look. And I got those comments all year. So what I want to do is I want to look at an older 2K and I want to examine what LeBron actually looked like in those games, because those games did not have pro play. So we'll be looking at his step backs, we'll be looking at his fades, we'll be looking at his side steps so that you guys can see what animations we had in our arsenal. So as you see right here, LeBron James, yes, he can kind of be similar or just kind of close to what he does in real life. Probably the most authentic thing LeBron had in his animation set was probably like the dunks. But as you see right here, LeBron just is not really an accurate player to how he was moving, things he could do. Now, at this point in time in Cleveland, he was starting to blend together, being able to slash towards the rim, as well as shooting step backs and a little bit of that mid-range. But in 2K and in NBA Live at the time, there was no way to bring that into the game or just have really authentic animations. So a lot of times we got left with animations that did not create the proper angles and separation from the defender And as you see right here, these animations at times could be a lot slower than what's in NBA 2K24. So this kind of forced players to just try to drive and dunk with him. And that was pretty much as close as you can get to playing as LeBron. I really wish people could remember these older games, but we're going to just do a comparison right here. So you can see on 2K24, you're getting a faster animation, more separation, and it's just a better and more, not authentic, it is an exact replica of what he does in game. So let's move on to NBA 2K19, because I know this is a fan favorite for a lot of you guys out there in the Parks community. Do not judge me, do not judge me, do not judge me. I have not played this game in years. So yes, this is me trying to figure out and remember the controls, right? So look, pay attention to animation. Just pay attention to animation. Don't worry about all of that, all right? You're worrying about the wrong things. Look at the animation. So look, LeBron is getting a little bit closer, just being more human-like, but it's still not authentically LeBron. This is still somebody, like, if everything was blacked out and it was just a silhouette, you could know that it was LeBron because you played 2K a lot, but you really wouldn't say that's LeBron, you know, because he wasn't really moving like this in real life. He wasn't doing these things. Again, this forced the users to basically just dunk with him. You know, you can't really try to replicate a lot of his step backs or his spin shots. They wasn't going to create a lot of separation, and as you see in game, you know, when you try to go in there and you try to do something besides dunk with LeBron, but the point is LeBron was still very limited, meaning there was no versatility in his game in 2K before ProPlay. You could only just use LeBron to just dunk the basketball. I mean, yeah, you could get him open for an occasional three, but at this point with the Lakers, he had a pretty decent bag. So when we go back and we look at this NBA 2K24 footage, which is all online, because a lot of people think it's only offline where you can really try to replicate a player. You see online, this is very easy to do. I don't really have to try. These are all simple plays. Obviously, you could use LeBron to just dunk the basketball and get to the rim. And for the most part, if you want to use LeBron as a shot creator, as a layup artist, as a post fader, anything, you could have options now if you want to use somebody like LeBron James, because he has a full ProPlay animation set. And I think that's where NBA 2K25 is headed in the future of 2K. More players, more superstars, maybe even some role players are going to get those ProPlay full animation sets, meaning their dribble styles, passing styles, maybe even some post animations, as well as triple threat stances, jump shots, obviously, dribbling, obviously, and those hop jumpers, step back, side steps, things like that. So we'll be seeing a lot of these players continue to be expanded on, and that's going to mean more versatility in how we use players and just being able to just play 2K in a more realistic fashion, if that's what you want to do. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit that like button as well as subscribe, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is the first time I did something like this, so let me know if you would like to see kind of more video essays and stuff like that from me. I'm JerseyMade93. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter. Peace. Wait. Before this video is officially closed by you, make sure that you watch my last video, which is all about the 4-out-1 in freelance. I have been cooking literally every team that you've seen in this clip with that freelance. I've beaten historic teams with just modern Lakers. You know, I have really been kind of really just going crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I've been getting a lot of points from Bron and AD in that freelance. So if you want to learn how to run that freelance, you want to learn the basics of it, check out my last video, which I will have a link for. You should be able to click on it at the end of this video, so after this play right here, and then you should be able to go to that video. Again, I'm JerseyMade93. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Peace. But just to show you that this freelance is meant for screen and rolls, you see nobody is on the strong side or nobody's on the right side. Everybody's loaded up on the weak side or the left side of the court. And this just clears out for Booker to just take the screen and just be able to rise up and shoot this fade in three. So let's see what happens now that I've activated this green machine pretty easily because of this freelance with Devin Booker.